Previously on the Poker After Dark cash game.
I mean, last time I checked, gambling was encouraged in Vegas. I don't know.
You called yourself a nit, right?
I might have possibly been joking.
Possibly. If you bluff 100, I want to be able to call. But if you actually have me beat, I want to be able to make a great laydown. That's what great poker is to me.
So basically, you want to win money.
Hey, and David Pete. Let's get the cards in the air.
I'm going to be so sad.
Well, we were all betting he didn't actually have King 9, so...
I think I'd take the bet now.
Alan and I looked at each other after you left. So think he had King 9? No.
He insisted he had it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd take it now.
So, I mean,
he didn't insist. He's now
later on, he came back and
he might have had 8-9. He said he flopped it straight. I believe
that's
8-9.
what it sounded. Yeah, that's what it seemed like at first.
And if he had 8-9, you could have won a lot more.
Players discussing the biggest pot from last night's action between Viffer and Durr.
Yeah. Maybe he had like King 3 offsuit. Then I'd be happy. Then I maximized value.
Duan flopped the nuts straight, while Pete flopped the second nuts.
You max valued. If you raise 5,000, he's going to call on the turn on the flop.
Good
Right?
table.
Open-ended.
Pretty entertaining.
That's true, I guess. Yeah. All right, maybe he had...
All right, sir. I had 2 pair.
No, I've played 3 other times.
You might have had 2 pairs.
8x. That one doesn't call flop.
Again, we're playing $200 and $400 blind no limit hold'em with a $100 ante.
You know I'm going to pop it, right?
Only thing stopping you is fear.
Let me put my sunglasses on to gather my courage. To gather my courage. Raise it.
Oh, stop it.
No hesitation. 35 more, baby.
Helmuth re-raises from the big blind. Pete calls.
Let me see. Now I'm going to check dark now that you called.
Really, I check.
Check.
Both players check the flop in the dark.
Check it.
Okay.
Helmuth refusing to bet his hand all the way down.
Check it.
And now he's let Pete back into a king high straight.
1,100. That was a good bet.
That was nice.
Queen 10 offsuit?
Welcome to Value City. Population, you.
There's no one to blame but himself for losing
Then
that
only about
last pot.
1,100. How sweet. I would have called 4,000. But 6,000 I would have had to study. I was so sick. That's why I'm the best player in the world right there, because I can talk people into stuff. You see? That's what I do like every day. It's so sick. I haven't played a hand for 3 rounds, claimed I'm steaming, re-raised with the nuts, and still got him to call. Do you know how hard that is to do?
No comment.
No comment here either.
Whoa, family pot.
Where's the muck?
I like my cards back, please.
Oh my God.
Allen's ace-10 suited not getting a lot of respect as we see our first family pot.
Check it.
Pretty good flop for Allen. He's got top pair. Couple of gut shot straight draws out there. Allen bets 5,000.
All that talk gets you the perfect action. And you could have straight on me.
3 kings?
Wow. I had nothing, man. Nothing at all.
Look at this. Tom Dwan is going to raise it to 18,700. He's only got 6 high with a gut shot and knows that Allen probably has aces, but more importantly, he knows Allen has to be worried about having taken this flop against 5 players. Aces up, a small set, or a wheel are very real possibilities. And Allen lays it down. Tom Dwan, with a very impressive play, picks up the pot.
It's so sick. I don't even get it. He might move in on the flop. No, I'm going to have to insure it, but he's in bad shape. He only has... How many outs does he have?
Not a lot.
Not a lot, no.
7.
Whoa.
That was a fast call. I'm a little worried. You want to chop?
At least didn't raise you.
Dwan in his comfort zone now, opening up a bit.
No, I like to gamble. You might have me now that you asked for the chop. I just have a big hand. That's all.
Great flop for Phil Hellmuth.
Wait a minute.
Dwan doesn't fire the continuation bet, and Hellmuth checks behind him. Dwan doesn't bite, checking one more time over to Phil. Hellmuth bets it and takes the pot, making no extra money off Tom.
Too good, too good. It's a little back.
Phil, you're 32.
Come on, I'll pay 200 of it.
Yeah, I'm going to put up the 3,200. If you put up 1,600, I wouldn't put in 32.
I'll put the other two.
Looks like the game is on as
I don't
Pete
have
and
to
Dwan have both straddled here,
That's what you don't understand.
As he makes it 7,000.
essentially creating a third and fourth
if I
blind
had
in
the
the
hand
pot.
back
Phil
up.
Hellmuth becomes first
Have
to
a big
act.
hand, sure.
Oh, I bought the button. I like it. Happy to win, guys. Happy to win.
Raise.
Gee's not afraid.
That's not a good thing to say to Gage.
Gee's not
He
afraid.
needs more donations. Do like 2,000 more. Or that.
Guy makes it 6,600 to go. Pete out of the way, and Dwan quickly calls with 10-8 off suit for 5,000 more.
I didn't anticipate the dark check behind me.
He likes position on Guy.
If you bet the flop, I guess we get it all in.
You save money. You're a genius.
And Dwan has
I saved a
outflopped
ton
Guy
of money,
here.
as it turned out. It's weird. You put a bad beat on me, and I saved money. How sick is that?
That is true. Actually, I'm going to tell you, a good player, after playing the hand so badly, would have folded on the river.
For 1,100?
Of course. That would have made you world class.
Buddy, a world-class player wouldn't study for 1,100 on the river.
Dwan doesn't
think
fire
even
top
you know
pair
that.
after action was checked to him, and Guy is caught up now. He's made queens and leads out 14,000. Just under a pot-sized bet.
Oh, man. I should have fired up 12 dimes.
12 dimes would have got the job done.
You would have called. And then I get to just stack it.
Dwan calls the 14,000. He needs a 10 or an 8 on the end here to make the best hand. Guy fires out 25,000 now.
Nice hand, sir.
And Dwan lays the hand down as Guy picks up a nice pot.
Saw the 3 of hearts. I don't know what the other one was.
I can beat the 3 of hearts.
Dude, there's always ironies to the table. You criticized an $1,100 call down on the river into a $12,000 pot, but you called
Oh, I didn't
$17,000
realize what it meant. I thought
to
it
the
meant
9,
something
10,
different.
Jack, Queen.
I was on a different level. But evidently I don't
That's what we
understand
call
the
an
workings of
irony.
Phil's head.
When someone criticizes someone else's bad call and they make a much worse call, that's ironic. I know that's a tough word for you.
This is
Dirk.
true.
You know you didn't go to college.
I did go. I just didn't pass.
I didn't finish either.
How much did you get?
I was just teasing you with that one. I didn't finish either.
How much did you get?
Like almost 70 credits out of 120.
Oh, whoa. No, you got me killed there. Jesus, 70
Be a
credits.
good neighbor.
Yeah, but I
That's
didn't really
difficult.
find poker until like I was like 20.
Oh, okay. Where'd you start playing?
Started playing in Madison, Wisconsin.
Really?
I started playing at the Memorial Union, which is a famous building.
Just like live cash games or something? Or
It was a big game, man. I think we anteed 10 cents.
Blind versus blind, and Guy has flopped top
No,
set.
you anteed 50 cents. That was the big game. You could ante 50-cent ante, but only the dealer anteed.
Okay.
And you could buy $5 in chips was the minimum buy. And up to like no one ever bought more than like some guys who were rich would buy $80 worth of chips.
Jesus.
Those were the taxi drivers that played. They'd actually buy the full 80. I'd buy the 5.
That was.
And
Whoops,
how,
Whoops. Turn those over real
were there
quick.
blinds or
We played no limit.
Nice hand.
with no blinds?
No
I guess
limit
it would
with
have
no
been a bad
blinds.
time to.
I like the two spade. Made me bet.
More cash game action when we return to Las Vegas. Alan Cunningham's the big winner so far.
We ended up.
He's
getting
up
it all.
37,000. Phil
He
Hellmuth,
had
the big
2K.
loser, he's down 50.
You won or lost?
I didn't win. I probably wouldn't have told the story if I did.
Oh man, the
Or either
story would
that
have
or it
been much
would've been a
better
better
if you
story.
won.
Right,
I was expecting
I
that,
was
and it came 5-6, and the river was a 7. Is what I was expecting you to say.
Raise it, 15 total. Re-raise, 4,000 total.
Action brewing as Alan Cunningham opened the pot for 1,500 with 2 9s. He's been re-raised by David Pete's ace queen to 4,000. And now Dwan with the best hand, 2 jacks.
Wow. Whatever you want to say, the kid does play strong poker. He might not play this way in 2 or 3 years. Right now,
12-7.
in 2 or 3 years, I think he'll have figured some things out.
Action back over to Allen.
Wow.
He's going to call and hope he isn't up against a bigger pair. David Pete out of the way.
I'll go tell the camera what Alan has.
You have 250, right, Alan?
Yeah.
Top set for Durr. That overcard may help Allen save some money. Dwan first to act here. Dwan bets about 2/3 the pot. Allen knows he's capable of firing with a wide range of hands here. Almost $50,000 in the pot, and Allen's going to call. He's not convinced Durr has 2 9s beat yet. Decent card for Allen on the turn. He now has an open-ended straight draw to go with his 2 9s. Dwan still way out in the lead. $69,000 in the pot.
What's
Well,
happening?
out of respect for them, we have to really whisper here.
Okay.
I thought that Alan had queens, kings, or aces before he called the raise before the flop. It had to be queens, kings, or aces. I think he would have folded even ace, king. He may have had jacks and had a jack. Was the other possibility.
Put him on queens. Or king.
It did seem that way. But then I realized, the other thing I realized is Alan's good enough to just call with aces. Alan's good enough to just call with aces in order to trap him.
47.7.
Duan has bet 47,700. There's now over $116,000 out there.
All I can do this hand is predict that Phil told the camera the wrong thing.
I'd bet a lot of money on that. And here's a head on flop with deuces.
Yeah.
Even so sick.
Yeah.
Turn queen, river queen.
I had my outs too.
Yeah.
Raise it. 12 call.
I had my outs.
It hurt you a little, the 6-7
Huh? Yeah.
that he had. Because then the 5 is...
No, but I'd rather
or
like
the
an
4.
ace or a 3 or something like that, you know? 12?
Round
Or a
2.
deuce. A deuce would have been good for you.
Deuce, yeah.
Yeah. Because then you still win on 4.
2 players.
David Pete stepping out with 3-5 suited. He's picked up 2 callers and flopped trip 3s. Pete fires out 2,200, which could easily look like a weak continuation bet to Guy.
Yeah, I'm down to like... I don't play any hands.
You still have 65, 70?
No, I don't think so. I only have 25 in cash, right?
Oh, I thought you had 30 cash. So then 60 or 65.
Maybe 60, right?
And still, 40K in 200, 400 games, not pretty easy to lose.
Yeah, well, I lost an extra 12,000 I didn't have to lose.
Guy's fishing for information with pocket 8s as he makes it 8,200. 6,000 more for David to call. Only question in his mind is, do I re-raise now or just call and raise the turn? There's your answer, as he just calls.
I got screwed for 12K too.
Which one was that?
The ace-king suited hand. He had such an easy laydown before.
He definitely didn't like seeing that.
You guys on the net don't understand that yet.
And now he's got to decide whether or not to give up on the pot.
Well, I admit you think it's right. I love that. I mean, I love all the
Helmuth
internet
engaging
guys.
in his
All
pet
these
peeve
internet
of
guys
talking
come
during
from
a
the real
hand.
world. I love it. Rarely do they win. It's amazing how many, it must be 30, 40 million has been lost by the internet guys in the real world. At least in the high limit games. Now, you may end up doing all right. I think Brian Townsend did all right for a while, right?
Guy checks, and David surprisingly checks trip 3s behind him.
I mean, he had some 6-6-6.
He could be trying to induce a bet on the river from Guy. Guy won't bite. As he checks the river, and David fires out 12,000.
Got you draw there, right?
Hack and trail are all going to play. I don't know, do you play on full tilt? No,
Ace king.
Do you play on there?
Guy comfortably lays down pocket 8s, and David gives him a peek at his hand.
15?
Okay, I'll bet over 30 million people
Yeah,
have
no,
played
I mean,
online
you might
poker.
be right with that. I'm not sure. I'm just saying there's no way it's
Globally
100.
or in the U.S.?
I'm betting globally, of course. Why would I bet just in the U.S.?
I don't think there's anywhere.
I would bet under 15. I don't know. I mean,
Under 15?
I don't really know either. But
How much
I
you want
just,
to bet?
I mean,
Yeah,
not
We can
to-
check the stats like that.
Yeah, you
Forget
probably
about
have.
this. Do you have?
I'm just saying I would have bet if you.
I
weren't so
don't know
sure
the
about
answer.
Well,
That's what you're asking.
You know how many?
Yeah, I mean, you saying you think there's so much
many
more
accounts are there?
makes me reconsider.
Right,
but I
you
mean,
have way better knowledge than me and Alan do.
But I wouldn't have thought over 15 million played on.
How
that.
many
So
guys
I'm not
are
definitely
there?
believe you. If
Do
you
know
I'll
how
bet
many-
over
how
30
many players
million.
are on
I
full
believe
tilt?
you that you're right on that.
Yeah, the
But overall,
maximum-
it just sounds too crazy. even.
Yeah, and you're right. The
noticeable
maximum
about it.
accounts between play and real money is only like 50 or 60,000.
Dwan and Baxter in for 1,500 apiece.
And,
Durr flops a gut shot straight flush draw.
A couple other sites have a maximum of 100, 120,000.
He bets 2,400, and Baxter quickly calls with king high. Durr makes his flush on the turn. Baxter does not have a diamond.
All right.
Dwan has bet 6,300, and Baxter's going to try to make a play at this pot here, announcing raise. He raises 13,000 more. Unlikely that Durr is going to lay down the 9-high flush, even with the pair on board. He calls the 13,000. Almost 50 grand in the pot now.
Got you check.
Durr checks. And Mike quickly reaches for chips and fires out 30,000. He won't be happy to see Durr insta-call.
Good call. Wow. And pick the wrong spot to bluff.
With that 6-figure pot, Tom
A little better at the
Let them finish talking over there, then we can
throwing
finish.
chips in the pot. So there's like a one little thing.
After that, managing it is probably the most difficult part.
Yeah, and important.
Where's Maury?
I'll get it for you.
Sushi? Sushi?
What's going on with the sushi thing?
I really want some. I haven't had sushi in like 2 days. It's been a long time.
3 players in for 1,400 apiece.
3 players.
Deuces for the pre-flop raiser Guy La Liberté. Helmuth with 6s out in front.
43. Which is it? Call.
Betting a call of 4,300 as Baxter gets out of the way.
What's up?
Second overcard to Helmuth's 6s. And Guy gives up control of the pot, checking to Phil.
45.
Phil wastes no time betting 4,500.
I'll take this one, Guy. You take the next one.
Anyway, Alan, I think a lot of online guys, when they're playing live,
Okay,
do, like,
I agree.
really, I mean, I did this really bad.
You can say it if you like.
That I do like.
Well, Phil was hoping his 6s were good on the flop, and once Guy checked to him on the turn,
think I
he had
had
a
it
pretty
already.
good feeling they were.
And
Got a jack.
5 hours into a session, I'd be playing like
No.
way too.
Wasn't much.
That would have been. I don't think I would have
There were
checked.
some aces left.
2? You have 2 aces?
I don't remember, but there were some aces left.
It sounds like 2 aces to me.
Helmuth limps in with the suited
Oh,
connector.
1,500, that's better, yeah. I might not call 2.
Couple of kings for Mike Baxter, who makes it 1,600.
16.
Guy makes the call with ace-10. Helmuth calls as well. 3 players to the flop.
3 players.
Helmuth flops 9s and 3s. Baxter's kings up, way out in front. He lays down to the $4,000 bet. Helmuth makes the call.
Check it.
Check start.
He checks in the dark. Baxter bets 8,000 and gets called again.
Yes, sir.
Pretty safe looking river card for Phil Hellmuth. He checks a third time. And now Baxter bets out 16,000. Helmuth makes the instant call. Baxter says two pair and shows kings up.
And then he slow rolled me. He announced two pair. All they did is me over in this game so far. Guy bluffs off all his money, then slow rolls me. He doesn't say kings, he says two pair.
Sorry.
And I know it's a guy that didn't mean to slow roll, didn't even know what he's doing. What in the hell is going on here? Beat these mother hands like they're nothing. Maybe he did mean to slow roll me. I mean, it's like the rudest thing you can do in poker.
Like a slow roll would have been if you like turned over 2 threes and 2 pairs.
So you don't think it was a slow roll?
No.
I want you to say on record right now. Are you defending that play? What he just did? Please defend it for the record.
I mean, the guy said he had 2 pairs. It's not like he turned over quad threes.
Okay, so you don't think it was a slow roll. I got it.
I mean, a world-class player like yourself called so fast, I don't know that he thought 2 kings were good there. I mean, you just beat him into the pot.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Buddy, I'll tell you one thing, you look pretty ridiculous to all the poker players out there right now.
I mean, if
And
you...
maybe the American public doesn't get it, but to all the top pros, you look pretty ridiculous.
I mean, you beat him into the pot.
Well, you think if I had 3 threes, all the money wasn't going to go in? I mean, are you serious? You look ridiculous to the pros, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. But I even think you know that.
Blind versus blind between Pete and Helmuth as Dwan has stepped away from the table.
8.
8 to bet.
Looks like Pete's not only going to defend Baxter, but also his queen high.
Queen high.
Yes.
He doesn't know better.
Phil Hellmuth on the button. Guy Laliberte first to act. He folds.
Where is it?
David Viffer Pete triples the blinds with ace-queen offsuit. Hellmuth just calls with 2 5s. Couple of 10s for Alan Cunningham as he calls from the big blind. 3 players to the flop.
Three players.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Alan has middle set. Viffer has a gut shot straight draw with 2 overs, and Hellmuth has bottom set. Phil Hellmuth just calls, setting the bait in his trap. What he doesn't realize, however, is his foot is caught in Alan's.
It's not very friendly.
11 total.
Well, this is what I was waiting for, fellas. I'm all in. All of it.
I'm going to call you, Phil.
Thank you.
Like an ant fight.
I think I got the nuts.
It's a 10 stack, right?
Wow, set over set.
2 5s and 2 10s. Wow.
Wait a minute. That's
I'm pulling in
the... Okay, the 11, sorry.
That is what you call shell-shocked.
Wow. Good hand, Alan.
Now, that's it.
So Phil Hellmuth has made history by becoming the first player to ever go broke in a Poker After Dark cash game. Will he reload? Find out when we return. The cash game continues as we return to NBC's Poker After Dark.
Wow, set over.
you
I had a
small?
set over set on television. Wow, that's cold, man.
No, small.
They slow rolled me with kings.
And then they cold decked you.
Wow.
At first,
And they
I thought
cold
Phil
decked
was
me.
going to whip out a thermos, but it looks like he's got his
How's it going
cash
today,
sack
Phil?
on hand.
Say how much you're gonna buy him for.
100.
He's gonna buy him for 100. 100.
Phil's now in the game for a total of 200,000. Viffer limps in under the gun, and Hellmuth is going to come out swinging.
I'm steaming out of my mind. I can't even see straight. Set over set. Ridiculous.
I like 1100. You know, 1100.
Ridiculous.
Queen of Hearts
You
exposed.
grab those cards, dealer. Hurry. No.
Can you show us this? The camera.
Nice hand.
Wow.
You want to play internet?
Yeah, exactly. He's getting bored. He's playing like 17 internet games at one time.
You should be allowed to just have a computer right next to
Yeah,
his chair
exactly.
so he can just play 18 games.
It's pretty sick. I seen him one time. He was playing heads up, 300, 600, no limit, like 8 tables. You know,
All 8 were heads up?
Yeah.
Against different players? Or when you get the same guy, it's okay because everyone.
it was. I think it was like.
Yeah.
Little rat.
Yeah. No, that's sick.
Steaming, boys. Steaming.
Where is it? Ready to come?
Phil comes out swinging. Indeed, he is steaming. He's made it 3,000 to go with 9-6 off suit.
Remember, Phil, this one's for me. My turn.
You get a receipt on this one.
A deal's a deal.
Well, no, it didn't have to be this one. I said you take the next one, not exactly the next one.
Well, that's not the next one.
Geese flopped a gut shot straight draw. His king high is best. He checks over to Phil, who instantly leads out for 2,000 into a $6,900 pot. Guy makes the call. Guy's turned a pair of kings. He doesn't have a heart in his hand.
He didn't like when he said he thought he had the nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I
you
still
probably-
felt pretty good, but.
Yeah.
All right,
I
I
was
check.
like, wait a minute.
When he says, I think I have the nuts.
Both players check.
Think means I win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phil makes a pair of sixes on the river. Guy feels pretty good that his hand
I
is
said
best.
you take the next one.
He bets, Phil folds, and Guy takes the pot. That's all the time we have for tonight's edition of the Poker After Dark Cash Game. For Leanne Tweeden, I'm Ali Najad saying good night from Las Vegas. Tomorrow on the Poker After Dark Cash Game,
I'm gonna bet that like half of us are rooting for the 7 deuce. So. We added the Deuce 7 bounty, so.
I better be out of that.
Come on, you can do it.
You can do it.
Poker After Dark accommodations provided by the South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa, Las Vegas.